3 things that are on my mind right now that I think will help you if they get into your mind as well. So I just thought I'd make a quick video sharing with you these 3 things. And main reason I'm making this video is because I was just on a Zoom call with my coaching students, and the Zoom call at the very end, it like froze and I had to like force delete it, and we didn't get to save the recording of it. So everything I said in that is now gone forever. So I thought I'd make a video here, just share with you 3 things that are on my mind that came from that. First thing is, where do we even begin? First one is, if you really want to get shit done and you're procrastinating a lot, I have a solution. I have a solution that's worked so well for not just me, not just Lissa, a head coach in our academy, but all of our students as well, which is really cool to know. It's really cool like to find something that really works for you, and you also notice it works for your friend, and you also notice it works for everyone who uses it as well. So if you're procrastinating, you've been putting stuff off, what I'm about to share with you is going to change that. And it's not what you think. It's not group accountability. It's not having a coach. It's not popping some Adderall. It's not drinking coffee. It's not waking up at 5 a.m. It's none of those things. Those things might help. I mean, Adderall is garbage, but you know what I mean. Those things may help. But the thing that makes the difference, the thing that actually guarantees you get shit done, is having a PAD. It's having a publicly announced deadline. When you tell the world you're going to do something, and you announce it on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, you email it out to all your people and you say, hey, I'm going to do this thing. It's coming out on this date. You have to do it. If you back out, you look like an idiot. And we don't want to look like idiots. We want to really deliver, especially when our whole audience knows about it. So PADs, setting a PAD works really well. Lissa in the academy, she just launched 3 ebooks in the past 2 months. And these are recipe ebooks. These aren't just like writing out her ideas. These are like just to get ingredients, create recipes, take pictures, format them. She did 3 recipe books in 2 months. And she did 1 on burgers, 1 on soups, and 1 on like a success journal for dieting. And amazing ebooks. And she banged out 3 of them in 2 months because she's got deadlines, because she's part of these bundles. Same thing with me. All my webinars, they got done. My courses, they got done. I built them all when I had deadlines. So that's the first tip, is if you're not getting something done, make an announcement. And I know there's going to be hesitancy to make the announcement. There's going to be hesitancy to just put off making that announcement. You're probably going to procrastinate putting off that announcement. So that's where it helps to have someone to say, hey, you want to do this thing together? Let's do it on this date. And that's why most really overweight people start getting in shape only once they sign up for a race. Because now they have to do it. And most people wouldn't sign up for a race unless they sign up for a race with a friend. So something to keep in mind. The second thing, in addition to getting stuff done, is in addition to getting things done, the other thing I want to share with you here is, let's say you want to create an income stream for yourself where you're generating $10,000 a month. Well, the fastest way to do that is not to try and sell a $10 ebook 1,000 times. Like, to make 1,000 sales, unless you have like a shitload of followers, it's going to be very difficult to do that, to make 1,000 sales, even though it's $10. It's whether something is $1, $10, $100, it doesn't really make a difference. It's still like really hard to get someone to take out their credit card and buy something. So, because it's hard enough to give away something for free. So it's not the price that's the issue. And if your goal is to try and make 10 grand, if you and I were to race, first one 10 grand wins, and I was allowed to sell a high ticket program for say 3 grand. No, well, 10 grand. So the goal is race 10 grand. Let's say I'm allowed to sell a $2,500 package, and you have to sell a $10 package. Who's going to get to 10 grand first? Me or you? Me, someone has to make just 4 sales to 10 grand, or you having to make 1,000 sales to make 10 grand? Of course I'm going to win. And vice versa. If we switched and you say, okay, you're allowed to sell a $2,500 package, and I'm allowed to sell a $10 package, who's going to win? You're going to win. You'll have to make 4 sales. It's like, I'm not even going to play that game. That's stupid. You're going to win. So selling high ticket is the way to go in terms of making the most amount of money the fastest. Now, I'm not saying there's no place for low ticket. You can still sell low ticket. You can still sell $10, $20 ebooks here and there, sure. But ultimately, most of your money is going to come from high ticket. So that's something to keep in mind. And then the next question is, okay, but like what goes into a high ticket package? What goes into a high ticket program? How do I put that together? I was just on my coaching program now, and I just wanted to like relieve a lot of the students' worries and anxieties about like, oh my God, what needs to go into a high ticket program? I broke it down for them. I'm like, look guys, there's only 3 things that must go into a high ticket program, high ticket offer. And this is based on all the different high ticket programs and packages I've purchased in the past and all the high ticket sales I've made currently. So this is based on what I've purchased, and this is based on what I sell. There's only 3 essential things in a high ticket offer that you've got to deliver on, that you've got to give people when they sign up with you. Number 1 is a Facebook group. That's right, you give them a Facebook group. You mean what? They're going to pay $2,500 for a Facebook group? Yes. It's community. People love community. People need community. They need that support. And it's like an awesome spot to get like Q&A throughout the week. You can ask a question, or they can ask a question. You can give them an answer. So yes, you give them a Facebook group, a free Facebook group. Not free, sorry. It's private. They have to pay for it. But it doesn't cost you anything. It's free for you to make. Paying members only. That's the first thing you got to give them, is give them that Facebook group. And inside that Facebook group, there's going to be 2 more things that you give them. And that's it. That's the whole high ticket program. And the other 2 things that you put inside that Facebook group are, number 1, you put links to, you put a link to a checklist. And that checklist is a Google Doc. And that Google Doc is something for free for you to make. And that Google Doc is just you having everything written out step by step, action by action, what they need to do to accomplish the result that they signed up to you to get. So let's say they signed up with you to lose weight. That checklist walks them through step by step what they need to do to lose weight. Step by step, what should they do to lose weight? You put all of that in the checklist. And each thing on the checklist, it's not just text. It can be text for sure, but the text, they should be able to read it, know what to do, but they should also be able to click on that text and it takes them to a YouTube video that explains in more depth what they should do to accomplish that task on the checklist. So basically, your whole video course is really just a Google Doc that links to unlisted YouTube videos. Now again, this might sound really janky and this might sound really low budget, and it is low budget. That's the beautiful thing about it. It's low budget. You can create it right away, and it's very easy for you to edit. Very easy for you to fix up. It's very easy for people to maneuver and understand how to use as well. So that's it. So far, we've got a Facebook group and we have a Google Doc with some videos in it, which is your video course. There's no like secret, special, expensive membership area. It's just literally a Google Doc, okay, with some YouTube videos in it. But they're good. It's good content. It's good, high quality information in there for sure. But again, don't overthink the whole aesthetic of it. And the third thing you give somebody when they sign up for your high ticket program is you give them access to, and again, you put this in the Facebook group, you give them access to Zoom links. So you have a weekly Zoom call, maybe you have multiple, maybe you have 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. We have 7 in the academy, a Zoom call every day of the week. We put those links in the Facebook group at the top. So when someone signs up, someone joins, they get access to Zoom calls as well. And on the Zoom calls is where, as they go through the checklist, they're probably going to have some concerns, they're probably going to have some questions, they might have some things that they just want reviewed or critiqued or taken a look at. So they come on a Zoom call and get help with that. So now all you've got is you've got a Facebook group, you have a checklist, and you have links to Zoom. That's it. That's your $2,500 program. And if you can just sell 4 of those every month, bam, you're at 10 grand for the month. And you might be wondering, who's going to pay $2,500 for a program, Ted? They're not paying for the program. It's a $2,500 program, but they're not paying for the program. You're probably like, what? It's a $2,500 program, but they're not paying for the program. They're paying for the result that program's going to get them. And that result, if it's a highly desirable, quantifiable end result, it's going to sell. For $2,500, for $3,500, for $4,500, for $5,500, for $7,500, for $10,000. Like, go on and on and on. I've paid, biggest program I ever bought was $15,000. What did I get? I got a Facebook group, I got some videos, and I got a Zoom link. That's it. Why? Because that's all I need to get the result. What the hell? I don't need more than that. Right? If your goal is to get from this dock over to that side of the lake, what do you need? The bare minimum. You need a canoe with a paddle. Like, you don't even need that. You could just jump in and swim. But like, if you want to do it dry, you need a canoe and a paddle. That's it. Sure, you could throw in a life jacket. Sure, you could throw in some water. Sure, you could throw in a bailing can. Sure, you could throw in some bananas, all these other bells and whistles. Sure, but like, ultimately all you need is the freaking canoe. So that's it. Don't overthink the high ticket deliverables. Just think about what's the result somebody wants to get and what are they going to be willing to pay to get that. Right? And the things that sell really well at $2,500 are anything weight loss related, anything muscle building related, anything make money related, anything save money related, anything anti-aging related, anything getting into relationships related, anything into like saving a relationship related. Those sell really well because they're human needs. Those sell really well because they're human needs. Everyone has the human need for looking attractive. Everyone has the human need for having freedom and security that comes from having more money. And everyone has the need for having loving relationships and reproduction. So they're just human needs. That's why they sell well, because we need to survive. In the same way you'd spend money on fresh air and food and water and shelter, well, online, you can spend money on having an attractive physique, making money, saving money, and getting into loving relationships, or just relationships, period. That's why Tinder is like the most trending app in the lifestyle category in the Google Play Store. It's a human need to connect with other humans. That's why festivals sell so well, because humans like to get together with other humans. So anyways, that was the other thing that came up. And then the third thing I wanted to mention was, when you have that great offer, when you have a killer offer that's like really good and you can charge high ticket for it, and you've got that system down pat, and you know how to sell it, and you know how to deliver on it, then all it comes down to is getting eyeballs on that offer. That's it. That's your whole business then at that point. It's just get eyeballs on it. Get eyeballs, get eyeballs, get eyeballs, get eyeballs. You can do this with paid ads. You can do this with just organic posts. You can do this with joint ventures and collaborations. Do whatever you gotta do. You can do it by getting a spot in a magazine. You can do it by going viral on a YouTube video or something. Just do whatever it takes to get eyeballs on that offer. I was talking to Alyssa earlier, Raw Food Romance, and she's the head coach in charge of social media growth in the academy, and she's at 75,000 followers right now. I'm almost at 50,000. And I asked her, I was like, hey, if you had 75,000 now, if you had 7.5 million followers, do you think you'd be able to sell a lot more ebooks? And she was like, oh, of course I'd be able to sell, freaking 100 times more. And I was like, would it require any more effort? And she's like, no way. It'd sell more because I got more eyeballs. Exactly. So once you have a good offer, once you know how to sell it, all you need to do is get more eyeballs. And think about it, is it impossible to create a high ticket offer? No. Is it impossible to make a sale on the high ticket offer? No. Is it impossible to grow your following on Instagram? No. So what are you doing? Create the offer, learn how to sell it, and get eyeballs on it. That's it. If you want help doing that, it's exactly what we help you do inside the Avera Academy. If you want to get on a call with myself or someone on our team to talk about potentially joining the Academy, you can visit coursecreatorcall.com and you can sign on up with us on the call, or at least you can figure out if it's something that you want to do. Even if you don't want to sign up now, at least book the call, get on a call with us, and we can potentially get you signed up down the road. But get in now, book a call, and we'll speak with you about the Academy and what we can do to help you create and sell high ticket. So that's it for now. Peace, much love. Adios, amigos.